several pieces of weightlifting equipment which make the sport easier to learn and probably safer in the long run. Although you could do snatch and clean and jerk without the specialty equipment, let's go over a few of the items that you normally would see in a weightlifting gym or in a weightlifter's training bag. First, we have the platform. It's not necessary to have a full-size platform. Certainly we can get by with something around 8 by 8, 8 foot by 8 foot design. Something fairly simple, but it gives a dedicated space for the athlete on which to stand. Importantly is the barbell. This is a competition barbell. It has what we call rubber bumper plates. These are plates which, when they are dropped, they tend to bounce, especially if we have rubber underneath them as well. The bar has a spinning quality to it. This is what really separates out the good bars from the cheap bars. This is a fairly expensive bar, but it's one that weightlifters like very much because of the rotation of the bar smoothly within the sleeve action. The sleeves are the outside pieces. This is what we call a collar, and the collar is used to secure the weights, not in a real secure way, but at least it keeps them from shifting while the lifter is doing a lift. In competition, we'll see people doing adjustment to the weights and to the collars every time we have an attempt taken. So between a platform, a good barbell, bumper plates, we're ready to do snatch and clean and jerk, and we're also ready to be able to safely drop the weights. The athlete himself has a couple of specialty items that are available for most lifters. One is a lifting belt. Everybody tends to think that this belt prevents injury. It does not. It does keep the low back warm. It provides a little bit of support, but it's not something that is mandatory for lifting. However, we do see most lifters use a belt, at least in the clean and jerk. Many lifters also use knee sleeves. These are elastic pieces which essentially provide some support for the knee. Again, they don't prevent injury, they don't necessarily serve a great useful purpose, but they provide a sense of security and keep the area warm. One item of specialty gear for a weightlifter is a shoe. Now again, this is not necessary to have in competition, but it's something we find that most athletes want to invest in. Now, a weightlifting shoe tends to be a fairly unique piece. They tend to be low cut. They tend to have a strap across the instep. This is one of the later models that had a wooden heel. This heel elevation is crucial to helping a lifter get into the proper positions. This is an area that's quite important for the trajectory of the barbell. This is what we call the area of base, the area between my fingers. We don't want the barbell to be back here toward the heel. We don't want it to be out here in front of the toes, otherwise we're going to have a hard time controlling the weight. So when we look at a shoe, we're also looking at this becomes important relative to the science behind the sport. Where do we want centers of gravity? Where do we want centers of pressure on the foot? Where do we want the trajectory of the barbell? In recent years, we've seen a more solid plastic insert or heel rise that's available, and this has become a very popular model of late. These are pricey. There are lots of imitation shoes available as well, but I think certainly anyone who wants to learn the snatch and the clean and jerk properly should look at having a good solid pair of weightlifting shoes. With lifters having to grasp the barbell throughout all of their lifts, all of their training, the hands get beaten up pretty well. A lot of calluses occur. What we don't want to do is have a callus torn in competition, because that's going to psych out the athlete, plus be very uncomfortable. So we normally see lifters using pretty good use of trainer's tape. You can see here that TJ has taped his thumbs, and this is going to help keep his thumbs from the calluses from being torn up when he uses what we call a hook grip. Another aid for the grip when the weightlifter is snatching or cleaning and jerking is the use of chalk or carbonate of magnesium. This is something readily available at most sporting goods stores, but it's applied to the hands rather copiously and helps to secure the grip so that the hands aren't slippery from perspiration. Another important training aid for weightlifters are pulling straps. Pulling straps come in a couple of different designs. They are not used in competition. However, they are used quite extensively in training. This is simply a matter of fitting the strap onto the hand, and there is a right way and a wrong way to do this, and then using the strap to encircle the bar and grasping the strap. We always want this to be simple enough that you can let go of the strap and the hand releases from the barbell in the case of a missed lift. This is one design. Another design we have here, a little simpler, is just a matter of fitting it in the hand thusly, wrapping it around the bar and grabbing the strap. In either case, pulling straps are very important for a weightlifter and some of his supplemental exercises. With this design strap, I'm going to put it on thusly and have the tail pointing inward for my left hand. Then I'm going to grasp the strap, and that's all I need to do on that side. There's no need for a further grip. This one, both tails are together. Simply fit that underneath the bar, and again, I grasp the bar securely, and I can tighten these a little bit if I need to, but my hands are not going to release now unless I open them. This is a good summary of the equipment that's used by weightlifters. It's not necessary in order to train or compete in weightlifting, but all of these items are a real plus, and I encourage anybody who's serious about their weightlifting training to consider all of these options.